From the past couple of months, I have been getting numerous mails which are always talking about either the professional upliftment or the personal upliftment, or the other way around, like professionally they are not doing well, not getting along with the colleagues, or people tend to branch them out and they're feeling kind of self-defeated, and the confidence levels are going down, and they really don't know how to handle the situation. Even at home, they say that we are not getting along well with our partners, or even there are parents who are coming up and saying that their communication lines between the children and themselves is completely gone off the. This set me thinking, and this is basically not new to all of us, but we all know that in today's world, more than the intelligence, it's how you handle the emotional quotient within yourself is what is important. And any individual who's able to handle his own emotions is well equipped to handle the emotions of the other people. And it is also very important to know that relationship is the basis of all success and failure in life. Life is never easy. I have never claimed that life is easy. And it's very important again that relationships are more difficult than handling life. Now, the thing comes is, how do we handle relationships? My answer to is, do we need to handle relationships? If we can start working within ourselves, if we start analyzing within ourselves, and we realize that the words that we speak, the words that come out of us, are the words that stabilize relationships. The feelings that come out from within us is basically the reflection of the words that we speak to people. So in other words, I am not preaching here that everybody should be polite or everybody should be talking in a particular manner. I would just say, speak to people the way you would like to be spoken to. If you just give it a little bit of thought, you will actually realize that you yourself, when somebody speaks to you, you would like to be spoken in a particular way. Now, let's come to the appreciation part. Let's start with the appreciation first. I do love to hear some appreciation when I'm talking to somebody. So the same thing applies to the other person, that just develop a large heart and try to see the goodness in the other person and appreciate before you start demanding that. Second is, I am in need and I need to ask somebody something. So I would say that you need to be very humble, but I would say that you need to be firm and you need to completely have the tone of your voice in such a manner that the other person does gravitate towards you and he knows that you are very sincerely meaning something and you are in need of something. So you don't have to put yourself down. Third, last but not the least, is your purity of intent. All relationships survive. All. When I say all, it means 100% all relationships survive when our communication to any individual is from the purity of our intent. If purity of intent is utilized in your daily life, when you get up in the morning to the time that you sleep, whatever you are doing throughout the day, if it has your intentions completely inside, trust me, you will be a success in whatever you set your mind into doing. You will achieve everything. Your relationships will improve. Your communications will improve. Because your mind is pure, your mind is clearly thinking of what you want to achieve. Half of us, when we are actually interacting with people, we are not aware what is it that we are trying to achieve. We just talk. And then we feel bad that the message has not been delivered home. other day I got a mail in which an individual asked that, ma'am, I have been working very hard all these years, but in my office I am unable to create or unable to get a rapport with my colleagues. And at times I feel that the colleagues are jealous of me, so they are trying to hamper me. At times I get the feeling that the colleagues are set to backstab me. So after reading the mail, I just realized one thing, that you are a person who's dealing with his own perceptions. You're fighting with your own perceptions. Sometimes in life the situation may not be what you are actually analyzing or visualizing. Now just sit down calmly and understand yourself. Relationships are such an important part of a life. And in fact, the relationships and communications, if these two things are completely drilled into your mind and into your heart, that these are the two things that are going to take me far in life, especially if you're looking out for achieving success in life. So when you're looking out for achieving success in life, networking is important. For networking, communications is important. For communications, a better relationship is important. Right. Now, it's actually very easy that once in your mind you are convinced that this is what you want to do and these are the people that you have to interact with daily. So it's also important to do a little self-introspection and have a reflection of thought that when I communicate, am I communicating nicely? See, it's very, very easy to pinpoint and say that, this person pissed me off, or this guy, his attitude wasn't right. That is why my reaction. Sometimes my clients come and say, oh, I am working hard in my office. Sometimes my clients come and say that even while I'm working hard and even while I'm trying to be very good to people around me are not reacting the way they should. And this disturbs me, and that is how I feel that if these people weren't there, I would have probably fared better. That's a wrong attitude. While working in a corporate office, when you have to work in a team, you cannot choose your team members. The team is there. And in your mind, you should be convinced whether you want to be a leader or whether you want to be a follower. Now, for a leader as well as for a follower, the points are the same, that if you want to follow, then you need to learn the art of listening. For the leader, it is the same, that if he wants to lead, he has to learn the art of listening and go with the temperament of the team. Because they say that lead by example. So if you are patient and if you are listening to your team members, automatically the reactions would be the same, that the team members would also be listening to you. In life, there are only two ways, either lead or follow. Relationships, the more you stress upon the word relationships, the more heavier it becomes in yourself. So to simplify life, it's important not to stress so much on relationship as to stress on your own attitude of how you take relationships. Because I firmly believe attitude is your attitude. Nobody is born perfect in this world. We are all dealing with our own imperfections. And it's like a mirror image when we see it in other people. 100% you cannot vibe well. There's something known as energies. 100% you cannot vibe well with everybody. So you have to learn the art of picking some, dealing with some, and losing some. According to my personal experience in life of what I've seen with people or what I've seen with myself, that we cannot pick and choose people. We cannot pick and choose relations. Relations you're born with. So either we deal with them or we just keep cordial relations which are known as working relationships. And the same thing I have realized even while working as a team person or even while working in a team. We cannot choose a team. We can't say, okay, this people, they are going to be in my team. It's very aptly said by our predecessors that familiarity breeds contempt. Now, you must have seen in relationships that when we are dating people, or when we are not in a marriage, or we haven't, cemented a relationship, the person's personality is completely different. Because during that dating period, we are actually trying to put our best foot forward, trying to win each other's heart over. The moment the marriage is culminated, or the moment the wedding is solemnized, you will see that the people are different, because how much can you keep acting in life? So what happens is that clients come and ask me that this is not the person I had married, because when I was dating, the person was different, but after marriage the person is completely different. My answer again to the people is that whether it is a love marriage or whether it is an arranged marriage, they are just two paths to the same goal. What happens after marriage is common for both the standards. So I will not say that only having a love marriage is successful or getting into an arranged marriage is successful. Basically, it means that in relationships there's a lot of give and take. There are a lot of compromises that to be made. But now, how much are you ready to make a compromise? Again, depends upon your attitude. If you're not ready to make a compromise, then I would again say the way the great Sufi saint has said, that if I'm going to start finding a faultless person, I will actually remain a loner and remain friendless. See, every human being, 100%, whenever he's doing a thing, he thinks he's doing it correctly, because no individual wants to do a wrong thing. At that particular moment, he feels correct about his decision, he feels correct about his attitude, and he feels what I'm doing is right. So, I would say we cannot say judgmental on people. It's like a joke. It was said long back that when a soul is born on this earth, God tends to whisper a secret in every individual's ear. And do you know what that secret is? He just whispers in our soul's ear that now that you're going on the earth, trust me, I've never produced a more intelligent brain than yours. And the situation is, every individual takes it seriously. So he thinks, I'm the best. It's no harm to think I'm the best. But then, think about that the other person has also been whispered in his ear that he is the best. So again it comes to is that when we learn the art of dealing with relationships, it's an art. Trust me, it's an art. And it's a very simple art. It just says that you keep being the change in yourself and you will see the change around you. It says that trust your energies, trust your purity of intent, and trust yourself. You will see other people trusting you. You appreciate a little nonsense in every individual, and the others will learn to automatically appreciate. So relationships, if you can learn the art of dealing with relationships, you will be able to be successful in all walks of life.